the aerospace sector has to adapt itself. I actually wanted to be an actor when I was younger. We have a whole bunch of great ideas coming from outside the aerospace sector. We might need a bit of time for that one. My name's Phil Cole. I'm the Vice President of Business Development at Certification Centre Canada. I'm turning 60 this year for my sins. I'm from England originally, so I did a bachelor's degree in electrical electronics engineering in England many years ago now. Moved into systems engineering in a flight simulator company, transitioned into program management, and then from program management into business unit management. Moved to the States, spent some time in aerospace in the States, running divisions of companies there before moving to Canada finally. Joined Marinvent in 2012 and helped the company launch Certification Centre Canada in 2016, and I've been there ever since. So I've been with 3C's since 2012. Well, I've been with Marinvent since 2012. Certification Centre Canada was born in 2016 out of a company called Flight Test Centre of Excellence that John Maris, who's the president of the company, had set up in 2007. But it'd really been kind of in stasis between 2007 and 2016. And then all of a sudden in 2016, the market conditions were right for us to relaunch Certification Centre Canada. And we did that with Minister Chrystia Freeland, Federal Minister Chrystia Freeland at the Farnborough Air Show in 2016, receiving our Transport Canada Design Approval Organisation approval in March of 2017. 3C is a small enterprise. We're around 25 people right now. We've grown very quickly in 2023. And we're planning to grow again quite significantly in 2024. But in any small business, the role that you perform on a daily basis is really not that specific. You tend to have to collaborate internally to fill whatever space requires filling. So even though my job title is business development, I look after sales, marketing, contracts, program management. Our job titles really don't define what we do. We do what we need to do on a daily basis to make the company run. Yeah. I wasn't initially, I would say, expecting a career in aerospace, that's for sure. I actually wanted to be an actor when I was younger. But I should have realized that the fates were not in my favor. My grandfather was in aerospace, my father was in aerospace, and I guess I should have realized that my path had been chosen for me rather than me choose it myself. I did an internship actually with a company called Rediffusion Flight Simulation when I was doing my degree, and then I fell in love with aerospace at that point in time. So there's no question that if you look at the aerospace in general, it looks a lot like me in terms of age. There's a lot of older folks in aerospace, and there's not as many women as we would like in the industry, and that's for historic reasons. How many women studied STEM courses and decided that aerospace was a cool industry for them to go into. The truth is not that many. That's obviously improving and that's increasing, and the number of younger women that are available to come into the aerospace or interested in aerospace is definitely going up. But we need young people in the industry as our successors. We can't take somebody from, with an undergraduate degree and plug them straight into a job and expect them to perform. They require, 5 years of mentoring after they've graduated in order to become fully productive. And so it's essential for the industry to get young people in early so that we can provide those mentoring opportunities before the older folks who are providing those mentoring opportunities are no longer able to work or no longer wish to work. So it's critical. We absolutely need young people to be involved in the technological design decisions of the technologies that we're working on. It's super critical, and that's why we do things like EngCom, for instance, where we get exposed to a large group of young people. We need their ideas. That we might need a bit of time for that one. It's true today in Canada and pretty much around the world that the only investment money available in aerospace right now is for one topic and one topic only, and that is to make air travel more green. So less carbon emissions, less emissions of everything, more fuel economy, all of these things. I would say that that's driving the kinds of technologies that people are working on. That could be new propulsion systems, new fuels, it could be batteries, it could be different materials, different aircraft configurations. And all of those really are not certifiable today because the regulations aren't in place to be able to certify them. So you've got the development of the technologies, but in parallel with that, you have the development of the regulations that's required too, and you have to do them both together. You can't develop a regulation for something unless you know what that technology is capable of doing, and you can't really design a piece of technology without knowing what you need to certify it against. So these things are going on in parallel. Now, then in parallel with that, we have, I wouldn't say noise, but we have external factors where non-traditional investors and non-traditional companies are getting involved in the aerospace sector. Think of things like drones, advanced air mobility, those kinds of things, where we have a whole bunch of great ideas coming from outside the aerospace sector that are influencing the aerospace sector. And it's not yet clear where they will end up, how quickly those kinds of technologies will end up really in everyday use in aerospace. But one thing's for sure, they will. So the aerospace sector has to adapt itself to be able to encourage these kind of technologies to go to market. So I think they're really the main driving factors.